Hello guys, so today I'll take you through my $100,000 high stakes account on the 5%ers, which I was able to pass eventually after a very long period of time. I passed the account about 6 days ago, that's last week on Monday. Then here's my funded certificate. So 10th of June is the exact date that I think I passed this account. So I just want to share some insights on this challenge that I took, why it's taken me long to pass. Probably this is the longest I've taken to pass a challenge in a while. And I'll also tell you the process it took from passing the challenge to getting the funded account, because it's taken me literally, I think, 6 or 7 days before I got my funded account activated. And just to clarify, immediately after passing the account, which is like 6 days ago, I got an email telling me congratulations, and on my dashboard already I found the details of my new funded account. However, that funded account was disabled. It's not enabled until you go through some steps like KYC, and also the risk department has to review the account. So it's taken me literally 6 to 7 days before the account has been finally approved and is active, meaning I can take trades on it and request a payout. So I'll start by walking you through my dashboard. The phase 1 target of this account was 8%. If I take you to my phase 1, the results were quite impressive. It took me about only 2 months from the day I took my first trade of phase 1, which was in July 9th, and by September 10th I had passed this account. That's literally 2 months. So the 8% of phase 1 was achieved without, any issues. Even if you look at my trade history, I only have 2 pages. My gross profit in phase 1 was $10,000 and the gross loss was $2,000. So you minus that and you get the 8%. So it shows you that in phase 1, I had even very few losses. If you look at the second page, there is no significant loss here. And by significant loss, I mean like a 1% loss. There is none. You go to the most recent page. This is where now we had, I think, like 2 losses. This was like almost a 1% loss. And we have another 1.1% loss. Those are the only losses I took in phase 1. And this was between July and August last year. So phase 1 was very smooth. Now we head to phase 2. Now in phase 2, I've had a lot of challenges. Most of them have been my own errors. I can tell you for free, from last year when I passed phase 2 to now, I've been able to do a couple of payouts in my other accounts. My system has had a number of positive months, but somehow within all that period, I wasn't able to just generate 5% for phase 2. The first challenge I had was in October, which is just the next month after passing phase 1. My system had about a 3-trade losing streak, and during this period, I got some of my entries late. So instead of just losing 1% on some trades, I was losing as high as 1.3, 1.4%. So here are some of the stats you see. In October 7th, I took a loss of about 1.2%. On the same day, October 7th, I think I got a re-entry on the same setup. Then I risked even more, so I ended up losing close to 2%. Now you see, these were my own errors because I was losing more than I should have. Then we had another losing trade here again, which took 1.2% because of a late entry. And I think it's a lesson I've learned, where at the moment, if I get my setup late, I'd rather not chase it because you end up losing so much on it. So after my losing streak in October, we moved to November. November, my system returned a break even. I didn't make any money in November. We moved to December. In December, my system returned 6%, but I was trying to be conservative and I was not taking any setups in December. So if I had taken the trades in December, the 6% could have recovered the drawdown, but I didn't take any setup. So by January, I start my account at a 5% drawdown. Then I try to recover the drawdown. We go all the way back deep into almost now 6% drawdown. So you see, this account was very challenging and frustrating. Now, as I shared in my Q1 breakdown, in March alone, I had like 11% in my system. But the same March, as you can see, I was able to recover some losses. But because I was in a very deep drawdown, there were some setups that I was skeptical to take. So in this account alone in Q1, I missed 2 TPs. And those 2 TPs by this point in time could have probably helped me to achieve that 5%. So in April, we went into a drawdown again of about 2-point-something%. Then May was a very nice month for me. In May, I had like 3 TPs in a row. So eventually, I was able to recover out of drawdown. Coming on to June again, which is this month, my first setup of June was also a winner. So long story short, from May to my first setup of June, I had taken like 4 winners in a row. And I think I also missed to take one of the trade here because of rotating my account. So I took 3 TPs here. The last trade just needed to do about half of my move or 3/4 of my move. It didn't get to my final TP, but it had already hit my target, and then I closed it there. Just like that, I was able to pass my phase 2, Interestingly, for this one, the gross profit is $21,000, but the gross loss is $16,000, meaning I was losing a lot. Now, the only thing that enables you to lose all this amount of money and still make some money, as you guys know, is risk to reward ratio. So this is just a perfect example of how having a powerful risk to reward assists you to even come out of these big drawdowns. Because if you just have a 2-trade winning streak, you are able to recover. You have a 3-trade winning streak, you recover all the losses and you go back into profit. And for this account, I was not changing my risk. I was not trying to minimize my risk when I was in drawdown, because based on my system, I do believe that even if we've taken 3 losses, eventually I should recover. So I was just sticking to my same percentage risk. Had I been reducing my risk when I was in drawdowns, I would probably not have passed this account by now. So that's it for my stats of my funded account, phase 1 and 2. And I just got the details to my funded account, which is here on my dashboard. You can see this is the live account, funded 100,000. It's been activated after a whole 6 days of waiting. My profit reads 400 because this is the amount of money I used to purchase the account. So on the 5ers, there is something called credits, where you can always have credits on your dashboard. So I had some credits on my dashboard, which I converted them when I was buying the challenge. So no trades on this account yet. I'll just be looking to wait for my quality setup, slowly by slowly execute, and hopefully I'll get to my first payout and secure this refund fast. Now, just to take you through the process it took me to get the funded account from passing. After passing the account and hitting my target, number 1, the trading day has to end before they can approve that you've passed the challenge. So here's what I mean. If you achieve the 5% for phase 2, let's say 2 p.m. during the day, on your dashboard, it will not show like you've passed the account. You won't even find that email to tell you that your account has been passed. So that trading day has to end first. Then now the following day is when they count the previous day as a complete day which has ended. You'll find your account can no longer open trades, and then you'll get the email to tell you that you've passed your account. So in case you pass your account during the day and you don't receive an immediate email, that's just the process that I also went through. Now, second thing, after receiving the email to tell me I've passed the account last week, on your dashboard you have to complete the KYC. So you have to go and complete your KYC, and this is where you can actually have a challenge if you don't do it right. The KYC involved 2 things, the proof of identity and the proof of address. For proving your identity, it's quite simple. You just need to upload your national ID card, and by the way, the KYC is automated, so you just upload it and then their system will automatically tell you whether you've passed or not. So there is no specific person who will be responding to you in that process. So my ID card was approved for the identity. Then you also have to confirm your email address, something like that. They'll send you a link. You'll also have to accept the terms and conditions of trading the funded account. So you'll find that pop-up of the terms and conditions in the same process, I think, of the KYC, if I'm not wrong. And lastly, you need to now prove your address, which is where I almost had a challenge. So on the proof of address, I uploaded my tax returns document. However, it was first denied because the address details were not matching the details on my profile. And that's the thing, the system they use for the KYC is automated. So it basically just picks the details of the address on the document you've uploaded and tries to compare with the details on your profile. So if 1 or 2 things are not matching up, the automated system will fail your KYC. So my KYC was first rejected and I was asked to upload the document again. I tried re-uploading, it was rejected again. Then I figured out, let me check the details on my profile. So I went on my profile settings and edited my address details to match exactly word for word as it appears on my tax returns document. Now once I did that, the system approved it immediately and I was able to pass my KYC. So for those of you who get to that stage, that information might be helpful to you. Now after passing KYC, I had already received these details to the funded account, but it was reading disabled, so you can't place a trade on it. And this is because your account still has to go through their risk team, who have to check your trades before they can approve whether you'll get that funded account or not. So it took a whole 48 hours, I think, almost 2 days plus, before their risk team checked the account, and then they reached out to me via email, and the email they sent me was asking me to do an interview. So I had to set an interview on the calendar because they send you the link, and I did my interview last week on Friday. The interview is very confidential. Even the email of the interview, I can't disclose it to you because it's written there that you are not authorized to share any information about the interview or even that email. But long story short, the interview is just one of their members in the risk team who will just ask you some questions, and the end goal is just to prove that you're the one who has been trading that account and it's not anyone else trading on your behalf. So I can tell you for free, if you're the one who has been trading the account and no one else is trading for you, do, I don't think you'll fail that interview, because the questions are just in regards to the account you've been trading, how you've been trading, such things. But if somehow your account was being traded with someone else and you're not the one who was trading it, then that interview might be very tough, because you might be unable to answer some things. But for me, because I was trading my accounts myself, I was able to answer all the questions confidently. And after the risk interview, I was informed that it's been successful and I should expect to receive details of my funded account within at least 2 days. So that was on Friday, and then it took Saturday, Sunday. Eventually on Monday, I've received an email confirming to me that the account is finally approved and enabled for trading. And just to clarify, the account was already on the dashboard, but it was disabled. So it's now been activated just today. So from the day I passed the account, which was Monday, to the day I've eventually gotten access to the live account, it's been about 7 days. Again, that information might be helpful for whoever is taking their challenge, so that when you get to this stage, you might know the process that it will take you. So basically that's it. Just looking forward to trade my funded account, and I hope you also see how patience sometimes is very important. You can pass your phase 1 very fast and it takes you longer to pass phase 2. I truly believe I had a lot of chances to blow up this phase 2 account when I was in 5% drawdown and when I was in 6% drawdown. I had a lot of chances to make a couple of more errors and blow up this account, but I was very patient. I kept executing, I kept improving on the errors that I had made, and eventually I got funded. So one thing I've enjoyed trading with the 5ers is their conditions. Apart from 1 or 2 instances, I'd say like 95% of the time their conditions are fast. Sometimes last year I was using a trade copier, and I always used my 5ers as the master account most of the time, because their spreads are very small. When it hits your TP, it closes very fast. Sometimes you go in another PropFirm and you find the trade is still running and it's already surpassed the TP line. So 5ers are very good conditions. They've also been ranked on PropFirm Match as the top company in terms of trading conditions, their spreads, and also their support. So feel free to check out PropFirm Match anytime you want to purchase your PropFirm. You're able to do due diligence across different companies. See, the 5ers here has almost 18,000 traders who've favorited it, and it's also been in operation for a whole 9 years, which is one of the reasons as to why I was confident to take a challenge with them as well. The advantage of PropFirm Match is you can filter all the information. You can check reviews here, which are real reviews from traders who are using the company. If you want to know the assets that you can trade with the PropFirm is there, what platform. So for this one, they only have MetaTrader 5, as you can see. And further, you can even select the company and read through all their rules at just one place. So if you want to confirm that the 5ers have any consistency rule, just click there and you can see they don't have any consistency rule. Their rule on news trading is well explained here. If you want to use a trade copier, this is all the information. You want to use an EA, whatever rule you want to know about the company, you can find it all at one place, including the different types of challenges that they have versus the leverage. So feel free to check out propfirmmatch.com. The advantage with them is that they also give you the best discounts. So currently on the 5ers, if you use this website, you can see you can get 5% off plus a free account of the same size if you reach a payout on that account, except their 100k account. And you can only get such offers on PropFirm Match. There is nowhere else that you will get this exclusive offer. I love their links in the video description. That being said, I'll give you more updates on my funded account slowly by slowly as months go by. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Peace.